You know that feeling, right? You see a photograph, maybe it's a stunning sunset, a cool city street, a piece of art, and you just wish you could steal its exact color story. Well, figuring out that perfect harmony of shades is a huge challenge for pretty much any creator. So today we're going to look at a tool that makes it ridiculously simple, iColorPalette.com.
Seriously, if you're a designer, an artist, or really anyone who makes stuff, you know this feeling all too well. Inspiration is everywhere, but actually turning that into a real, usable palette for your project, that can be a total drag. But what if you could do it instantly, like with just a click? Well, that is exactly what this tool is built for.
All right, let's jump right in. The very first thing you'll notice is just how easy it is to get going. There is absolutely zero friction here. You see an image you love, and you can start pulling colors from it immediately because you've got 4 super simple ways to start.
The flexibility here is awesome. You can, of course, click to upload a file from your computer, or, even easier, just drag and drop an image right onto the page. If you just want to kick the tires and see how it works, you can click one of the sample images. But honestly, the most powerful option, you can search for a stock photo without ever having to leave the site.
And this built-in search is no joke. It plugs you directly into these massive, high-quality libraries like Pixabay, Pexels, and Unsplash. You can search for literally anything, sort the results however you want, and get this, every image is free to use. Your well of inspiration is now basically infinite.
So the second you get an image in there, boom, the algorithm just scans it and pulls out the 5 most dominant colors. It's like instant gratification. You get a cohesive, balanced, and ready-to-use palette right away. No guesswork, just results.
But here's the really clever part. It's not some mysterious black box. The tool actually puts these little colored dots right on your image, showing you the exact pixels it's sampled to create your palette. This gives you instant context and, honestly, a fantastic starting point for any tweaking you want to do. And what if 5 colors just aren't enough to really capture the full vibe of your image? No problem. The tool also generates what it calls a complete palette, and this thing can have up to 60 different shades. This is where you can do a real deep dive and grab all those subtle tones and accent colors that make the image special.
Look, automatic extraction is amazing for speed, but real creative work, it demands precision. So now, let's get into how this tool gives you complete manual control to build the exact palette you have in your head.
So what happens when that automatic selection is close but not quite perfect? Maybe it missed that one specific shade of blue in the corner of the sky, or a subtle highlight you really want to capture. Well, the tool has a perfect solution for that.
It's a built-in eyedropper tool, and it's so simple. You just click the Add button, your cursor turns into this little precision crosshair, and then you can click on any single pixel to add its exact hex code to your palette. You can add up to 15 of your own hand-picked colors, giving you a total of 20 colors to play with.
And what about those first 5 automatic colors? Yeah, they're not locked in either. You can literally just click and drag any of those color dots to a different spot on the image. And as you move it, you'll see the color swatch in your palette update in real time. I mean, it doesn't get more intuitive than that. Okay, so you've got your colors. Now you got to organize them, right? The tool lets you instantly sort your palette in 4 different ways. You can keep the default, you can sort by hue, which is perfect for creating smooth gradients, by brightness from light to dark, or by saturation, from the most punchy shades to the most muted ones. So, you did it. You've crafted the perfect palette. Now what? Well, a palette is only useful if you can actually get it into your projects. So let's look at how iColorPalette bridges that gap and connects your inspiration directly to your professional workflow.
I mean, just look at these export options. They've really thought of everyone. If you're a designer in the Adobe suite, you can grab an ASE file. If you're a web developer, you've got ready-to-use CSS Variables or even a Tailwind config. And for presentations or just a quick visual reference, you've got PDF, PNG, and SVG. It's got you covered.
But it's not just about exporting code and swatches. The tool lets you create these beautiful, shareable graphics that combine your original image and its new color palette. This is an absolute game changer for visual communication.
And making one of these collages couldn't be easier. You just pick a layout, you want the colors on the side, on the top, on the bottom, and the tool generates this gorgeous high-resolution image for you. It's even smart enough to adjust the layout if you have a ton of colors, so it always looks clean. Then you just download it as a single PNG file, ready to go.
All right, let's talk about the little details that make this more than just a simple gadget. We're talking about pro-level tools and, just as important,
A real commitment to your privacy that totally sets it apart.
For all you power users out there, you're going to love this. There's a solid undo/redo system that tracks up to 50 actions, zoom controls so you can get pixel-perfect selections, and a whole bunch of keyboard shortcuts, like hitting C to copy a hex code, or the spacebar to get a whole new random palette from the same image. It just makes you so much faster.
Okay, this next point is a really big deal for a lot of people: privacy. A lot of other tools make you upload your images to their server to process them. Not here. iColorPalette does everything right there in your browser. Your images never leave your computer. That means your work stays completely private and totally secure, period.
And here's the kicker. It is 100% free. There are no hidden costs, no annoying sign-up forms, no watermarks on your exports, and no limits on how many palettes you can create. It's just an incredibly powerful tool that's available to everyone.
So who is this actually for? Well, the list is huge. Designers, developers, content creators, social media managers, brand strategists, artists. Basically, if color is any part of your world, this tool is for you.
At the end of the day, the biggest barrier between seeing something that inspires you and actually using that inspiration is just gone. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create first?